That time Congress session was going on in Calcutta, September 1920. So Congress passed the resolution for the movement, and the objectives of the movement, those are as follows. So students, I am going to read before you the objectives of the movement. You please pay attention. The points. The movement had to begin with a surrender of titles, honors and honorary posts by people. The first point was that whatever the titles or whatever the post those were given by British, those were to return. Title, they were returning the title, Sir, Knights title. Indians, they were returning the title or honorary post to the British. Second point is planned to shun or boycott civil services, army, police, British courts, legislative assemblies, school and colleges and British goods. Simultaneously, that civil services they boycotted. No civil services by the Indians, army, police, no Indian will join British army or police force. Legislative assembly or council, member of the council of legislative assembly also, they will not be the member of the legislative assembly. And the schools or academic institutions, colleges, those were run by British, no student will attend, and British goods will not be used by Indians. In case of government suppression, civil disobedience movement will be launched. If government will try to suppress or crush by violence or by imposing or implementing violence, civil disobedience movement will take place. Instead of British goods, those were supplied by the British or those were coming from the European countries or UK, Indians will not use those goods. Instead, Indians will use the goods those were prepared or produced by the Indians or domestic products. You can say that domestic products will be used by the Indians. And the next point is, after a lot of debates and non-cooperation movement was adopted. After a lot of debates, the non-cooperation movement was adopted. Why non-cooperation movements was adopted? Because British started imposing their power, their tyrannical act on the revolutionists or on the leaders or the common men, those who took part in the movement. So as a result, non-cooperation movement also started with the leadership of Gandhiji in the year December 1920. Then the last objective is, or the point is, under Mahatma Gandhi's leadership, non-cooperation Khilafat movement began in full force. So in the beginning of this chapter or beginning of today's lecture, I told you that both the community got united and with joint effort, Hindu and Muslim started movement, and this movement became more strong, more active, more powerful. So non-cooperation movement and Khilafat movement simultaneously, those were going on, and it became more powerful to agitate against British rule. So guys, I think it is clear before you. So on the basis of today's lecture, I am going to give you 5 questions. Please note down the questions. In which year and date Jallianwala Bagh massacre took place? Guys, you note down the spelling Jallianwala Bagh. J for joy, Jallianwala, Jallianwala, BAGH, Bagh, massacre, MASSACRE. In which year and date Jallianwala Bagh massacre took place? Question number 2. In which place the incident took place? In which place the incident took place? That means you have to write the name of the place. Jallianwala Bagh, where it is situated, which state it is situated. You have to write in which place the incident took place. Number 3. Who ordered to fire on the crowd? Who ordered to fire on the crowd? Question 4. Who were the main leaders of Khilafat movement? Who were the main leaders of Khilafat movement? Question 5. Mention any 3 objectives of the movement against British. Mention any 3 objectives of the movement against British.